Hey, what's up? It's Primetime Football, and today we're going to be giving our top 10 power rankings following Week 10 of college football. There's a lot of stuff that happened this weekend, a couple of big games. So let's just start it off. I'll go ahead and give my number 10. I've got Indiana. This might be a surprise to a lot of people. I actually do think they're ranked top 10 in the AP poll. They're 3-0 with wins over Michigan, Penn State, and Rutgers. I actually think Rutgers, people will see later in the year that they're actually a pretty solid team. They're not great, but they're a pretty solid team. I like Indiana's offense a lot. I like their quarterback, Michael Penix. But the question is, how big of a threat, if they're a threat at all, are they to Ohio State? So go ahead and give me your 10.
For my 10, I'm just going to keep it simple. I got Cincinnati just because they're, in my opinion, the best group of 5 team. And isn't BYU not considered a group of 5 team, actually?
No, they're an
Yeah.
independent.
So I would for sure say Cincinnati's the best one, and that's my reasoning for number 10.
Okay. Go ahead and give your 9.
At number 9, I have Oklahoma State. In my opinion, they're the most complete team in the Big 12 with Chuba Hubbard, a top 3 running back in the nation right now. I have them on my number 9 spot.
Okay. At my number 9, I actually have BYU. Looking at their schedule, because the COVID stuff, a lot of their tougher games where they're going to be playing against Power 5 teams got canceled. So their toughest game this season was supposed to be Boise State, and they blew them out 51-17 on Friday night. I believe their quarterback, Zach Wilson, is definitely a top 5 quarterback in the country. But I would have him higher, but I just don't really think there's a way they could compete with some of these, upper-end Power 5 teams. Okay, go ahead and give me your 8.
At 8, I have Oregon, and this is solely based off the fact that, to be honest, this year there is not that many good teams. I would say one good team in Big 10. I guess you could say one good team in Pac-12 and one good team in the Big 12. But I got to go with Oregon just because, in my opinion, from what I saw on Saturday, they're the best team in the Pac-12.
Okay. My number 8, I have Georgia. I think I had them at 5 last week, so I had them drop a couple of spots after the loss to Florida. Let's be honest, they never really had a chance in that game. For one, they don't have the quarterback to keep up with an elite offense. They've definitely showed that against Alabama and now Florida. Stetson Bennett or DeJuan Mathis, they're not gonna be able to drop 40 points on a team and keep you in a game like that, because we're at a time right now, and especially with COVID season, where offenses are gonna score on elite defenses no matter what. They're just gonna do it. And obviously the injuries didn't help, but that's whatever. But I think we will be doing a video on their quarterback situation sometime soon. So stay posted for that. Go ahead and give me your 7.
At 7, I got Texas A&M, and this may come as a surprise considering they beat Florida, who beat Georgia. But I would really want to see an A&M Florida rematch just because, I don't know, I feel like that game was kind of a fluke from what I saw with Florida on Saturday. Florida played great. I mean, A&M played great as well, but I even have them behind teams like Georgia just because of that Alabama game. They didn't just looked horrible.
Okay. My 7 is Cincinnati. I feel like they're the best group of 5 team since UCF in 2017. They have a great defense. The offense is looking better every single week. Out of all the group of 5 teams and the independents, so count BYU, I think they have the best chance at the playoffs. I don't know how big that chance is, but out of all those teams, they have the best chance. We also are thinking of doing a hypothetical playoff video, so maybe I'll talk about that sometime on a later day. Go ahead and give me your 6.
6, I got Georgia. Great football team, tons of talent. Injuries killed them, and with Jamie Newman sitting out, it really messed up their quarterback situation. But I thought to begin with that Daniels was going to be the starter. I don't not know what Kirby was doing. He would know better than me, though,
Yeah,
of course. But I mean,
yeah.
they got, in my opinion, the best defense in the country. Other teams are up there like Ohio State and Clemson, but yeah, I got them at my 6.
Okay. My 6, I have Clemson. Clemson fans, you cannot possibly tell me, oh, we didn't have Trevor, so if we had Trevor, we would have won that game. Trevor is not on defense. He's not going to stop Notre Dame from scoring 47 points on you. Okay, who isn't even a good offense to begin with. Trevor is not going to make you average more than 1 yard a carry on offense. Clemson ran for 34 yards in that game. That is terrible. You wouldn't catch Alabama doing that. You wouldn't catch Ohio State doing that. So Clemson definitely has some real problems right now that they have nothing to do with DJ, who actually has played pretty good the last 2 weeks. Um, the defense is also, I mean, just not looked great this season. I mean, last few weeks especially, it's been kind of iffy on how I feel about that. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give my 5. I have Florida. Finally beat Georgia after 3 years under Mullen. Say what you want about Georgia's injuries, but each team puts out 11 players on the field, and Florida's 11 players did better. Their offense is elite, definitely top 5, maybe top 3 in the country. I'm still not impressed with the defense, though. If you watch that game, there were a lot of opportunities for Georgia on the offensive side of the ball. The quarterbacks just couldn't hit them. So a guy like Mac Jones is going to tear them up. I promise you. But, they do have an offense that can potentially keep up with Alabama. So we'll see how that game ends up going on December 19th. All right, go ahead and give me your 5 and 4.
So at 5, I have Notre Dame, just because of the great win they had against Clemson. Their team looks great. Ian Book looks awesome. And the reason I had them this low, though, in the 4th one, is because I do not think they'll be able to beat Clemson on the rematch. And at number 4, I have Florida, one of the best offenses in the country. Defense needs some work, but they got a great win this Saturday against Georgia, and I'm excited to see how they play in the SEC championship.
Okay. At number 4, I do have Texas A&M. I like that you said they looked very good. I mean, very bad in the Alabama game, and that's why you have them so low. I actually have them at 4 because they've improved every single week since that game, starting with the win over Florida. Kellen Mond's playing the best football of his life. The running game is really great with Isaiah Spiller. Defense is looking good. One thing that kind of hurts A&M is that they don't have any more really opportunities to showcase themselves against a top team for the rest of the year. I mean, they'll probably win out. They definitely should win out if they keep playing like this. So maybe they'll have an outside chance at the playoffs. That's all I have to say about A&M. At number 3, I've got Ohio State. They haven't really had much to show this season, especially because they've only played 3 games. In those 3 games, they've played 3 pretty bad teams. Nebraska, Penn State, Rutgers is not on the level of Ohio State. I guess maybe they'll have a challenge later in the season. If you even consider Indiana a challenge for them, they have them in a few weeks. But from what I see right now, the Big Ten is theirs, and there's no question. So go ahead and give your 3.
At number 3 for me, I have the Clemson Tigers. I know they came off a crazy loss this weekend. I definitely have some work to do on the defensive side, but Dabo, you can't really bet against him. You know what I mean? I think they will for sure come back. Trevor Lawrence, and they're gonna win the ACC, no doubt in my mind.
Okay.
And at number 2, I have Ohio State. In my opinion, the most complete team in the nation from what I've seen in the 3 games they've played. They look great. Haven't had really any competition. I don't think they will for the rest of the season. But they're at my number 2 for right now.
Okay. My number 2, I have Notre Dame. I mean, look, in that Clemson game, they just outplayed Clemson. They were just the better team yesterday. I mean, there's not really much to say about it. The offense, a lot of people are saying, including myself, were saying the offense is not great. I still don't think it is, but they did look great yesterday against a very solid defense. Obviously, we know Notre Dame has a great defense. I think one of the best in the country, and they should coast to the ACC championship game. I'm gonna go ahead and give my number one, and then you can give yours, your top two. Um, I have Alabama. I think you probably have Alabama at 1-2. They just have the best resume in the country. Wins over Georgia and Texas A&M, who are both very good teams. We both have them in the top 10. They have the best offense in the country, even with the loss of Jalen Waddle, and the defense has been looking great ever since that second half of the Georgia game. So, just like Texas A&M, they shouldn't have many tough games until the ICC championship. They have Florida, and we'll see how they do against them.
Like I already said before, I have Ohio State at 2, just a super complete team. And then at number 1, I have Alabama. In my opinion, this isn't even close. They got 2 wins against top 10 teams in the nation. And best offense in the country. Defense is improving a lot. They're looking a lot like the 2019 LSU Tigers. And yeah, that's my top 10.
That's going to do it for the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on that post notifications button. Comment down below anything you think we missed or if we're wrong about something. Thank you.